Welcome back, everybody. We are here. Better Call Saul, Season 3 premiere, Episode 1. Tom, what happened in the finale of Season 2?
Okay. In a flashback, Chuck and Jimmy are... In a flashback, Chuck and Jimmy are beside their mother's hospital bed, and Jimmy leaves to buy sandwiches. Their mother wakes and calls Jimmy's name before dying. Jimmy returns and asks Chuck if their mother awakened or had any last words, and Chuck falsely says no. In 2002, Jimmy rushes into the copy store where Chuck has hit his head, tells the clerk to call an ambulance, and comforts Chuck while waiting. Mike... sorry, I just want to make sure there's no spoiler here, because sometimes in synopsises they tell intentions, you know. Okay, Mike intends to kill Hector with a black market sniper rifle and positions him on a ridge overlooking the site where Hector and his crew intend to execute Yemenes. Behind him, he detects the sound of his car horn, and when he investigates, he finds a branch wedged against the steering wheel with a note that says "Don't," left on the windshield. Chuck tells Jimmy his mistake on Mesa Verde's paperwork made him question his judgment, so he is retiring. Feeling guilty about deceiving Chuck, Jimmy confesses to tampering with the documents and bribing the copy store clerk. After Jimmy leaves, Chuck unveils a tape recorder he activated prior to Jimmy's arrival. That's it. That's it. That's what happened. Nice. Hey guys, that's what happened.
That's what happened. Nice. Thank you.
Just so you know, that's what happened last episode.
All right, hold on. Comments. Bunch of good shows. One long one. First one, we're gonna read here from Steph Broccoli. Nothing is more thrilling than when you guys hit the nail on the head. Without giving too much away, Kevin, please never stop talking about the Howard murdered his father. See, like, where is Howard's father? It's always like, it seems something must have happened to Howard's father.
Howard's crawl space. That's where he is.
Crawl space. Maybe they stuffed him in a water heater.
That's hilarious.
An empty water heater. Right?
Maybe.
I was thinking of what is he gonna make the appearance? It's gonna be like Samuel L. Jackson. It's gonna come out and he's but it's probably gotta be some sort of famous actor, recognizable actor. Maybe. I don't know. All right. When you look at Chuck as being right but unlikable, think about how that is to live for the character. He was the son who did everything right, and yet his mom says Jimmy before she dies. He clings to what's right because it's only through the law that he can enact his resentment against his brother. That's what drew him to the law in the first place. It was a world he could be at the top of, away from that pain. When he brought Jimmy into the mailroom, it was to keep him on a short leash. But when Jimmy became a lawyer and entered his world, that was unacceptable. Jimmy seems to have been unaware of all this. He simply looked up to his brother and thought following in his footsteps could make him proud. Personally, I think these elements are part of the key to understanding the cause of Chuck's illness, but I'd be interested in hearing what the panel thinks the cause is first. I like that of thinking, how did Chuck's past shape the illness that he has now? What do you think?
You want me to tell you what I think it is?
No.
Well, you already know.
Spoiler guy.
I know. I'm just
You
joking.
can't tell us.
Well, my thought on it would be that perhaps I don't know how consciously Chuck knows this, but obviously up until relatively recently, he's reaped the benefits of it, is like kind of like a means to keep Jimmy in line, like to keep him focused on like helping him so that maybe he doesn't go. I mean, like, and it worked. I mean, Jimmy has done to a T everything Chuck has wanted. He knows exactly how he does everything in that house to be able to assist him. And maybe it I think everything that Steph mentioned just in that middle paragraph is absolutely spot on to set up like the framework. And yeah, my thought previous to that was perhaps something happened, like something big happened, and that, well, maybe it still did. Something big happened. He had a panic attack, and he saw that Jimmy was like genuinely concerned, and maybe like again, I don't know how consciously, but maybe in a way he knows, like, it does keep Jimmy sympathetic to him.
Yeah, I wonder, like, he's when he's the older brother, and not to mention, like, everybody, like, it's I don't want to say everybody, but like the feeling the writers give when portraying the story is everybody's all like, yeah, Jimmy, and like I get the feeling like, fuck Chuck all the time, but you know Jimmy's the more manipulative one. Like, he seems to be like the more likable character, but Chuck maybe is the one who is more ethical, like
It's exact.
moral, or like he's like he maybe he's the better person. And like I think that kind of like echoes when he's sitting there when the mom's dying and Jimmy's like, "You hungry? Let's get some food." And he goes and gets some food and they die, and he's the one who's there for mom, and he's like, and she says, "Jimmy." He's like, "I'm here for you," and like he just always feels like, I don't know, he's accomplished so much, but like it doesn't seem to be recognized by the people he cares about. I mean, obviously been recognized by his peers and his colleagues, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So so it's exactly with Walt. I mean, you loved Walt. Why would you why would people love Walt? It's exactly the same thing. I'm still like having so much similarities between the two characters. It's crazy. Like in everything.
Now, how do you think that the past contributed to his illness? Like, where did he have the break to where like he's now allergic to electricity,
Electricity.
or is he faking it?
I
My exact my like I want to say he's faking it, but you can't fake these things like the panic attacks, the all of these things. Like it might be a stretch if you're faking it. Maybe he recovered from it and before the last episode, but he did what he did in the last episode to have the upper hand on Jimmy. I don't know, like I don't know how it
Hmm.
affected his illness. I don't.
Well, I think it's a lot of pressure. Well, not pressure, but like it can weigh down on you that and also too, it seems to be his personality. I don't know how much of it is nature versus nurture, but like he's very detail oriented. I mean, putting the shredded papers together in the time that he did, like obviously he's incredibly intelligent, but then with that comes like awareness and being subjected to, obviously, like, they've shown it at least once or twice where there was like, oh Jimmy, like what Kevin said, and living with that your entire life, and then also on top of that having to clean up his messes,
Mm.
like I I would imagine that it would cause a little bit of like a break, but I do think that there's an element of control in it. And I think, like I said, whether he realizes it or not, he does it because it probably has stopped Jimmy from doing oh, at least a few, you know, questionable things, right? Like because he's got Jimmy to take care of.
Yeah, so like he's got
Or
like
not Jimmy,
slightly,
Chuck to take care of.
yeah, but like he's such a good lawyer, and in order to be a good lawyer, you have to be really good with like logic, right? Like, here's something that happened A to get to B to get to C, and that's why we can prove D. And so he's got to in some way understand that if his disease, like he really feels like he has that disease, that it doesn't make much sense. Like he's got to be able to like look at it on paper, like because like you say, if it was like a case where that he was representing somebody, he would certainly have to look at that and be like, well, it doesn't make much
An
sense.
interesting thing about the electromagnetic sensitivity is that while it is not recognized as an actual diagnosis, it is recognized by ADA. So then, and I saw that because I saw a clip from like a courtroom, and this woman had called in instead of showing up, and she was like, I can't come because I've got electromagnetic sensitivity. And then ultimately, after a funny exchange, long story short, he says you can attend via Zoom, but I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You can't be around. Anyway, but it made me look it up. I'm like, do they have to make accommodations? Like, how valid is this? So it's not a recognized diagnosis, but it is recognized by the ADA, where like accommodations could be made. So that got me thinking, and this is probably my car bomb and water heater, but like, I wonder if he knew. Like it's like there's not enough information about it for really a doctor to
So you also think
truly
he's faking it?
dispute him.
Yeah.
But it's enough that where they have to give accommodations.
Use reasonable accommodation. So instead of faking it,
Not
he
have
is,
to. I mean, they should. But
he is using it as he's using it to his benefit.
to a degree, I don't think he's truly consciously doing it.
No, but
I
like
don't get that vibe.
in times where he can use it, he will. Like he's like taking the positives out of it. Although it's and my opinion, manipulation is always a negative. Well, not always, but mostly, and especially if you're manipulating for your own gain. But I don't know. That's a whole philosophical debate.
we should go to the.
Anyways, that's the long discussion one. So,
Thank you, Steph. That was a great comment. Don't ask us questions,
Steph,
because we will answer them.
Yeah,
thoroughly.
We'll just keep going
forever.
Yeah, and Howard's father, Samuel L. Jackson's in a water heater in the crawl space. That's what we came up with now. Joe Taft Taco said he loves watching Tom's reaction to everyone guessing who left the note on Mike's car. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul have already established how careful and thorough Mike is. Think of Mike's recent combo with Nacho. You guys aren't as smart as you think you are, and Mike was right. Think about that. Now, we are not allowed to watch we're not allowed to watch the video because of Tom's reactions.
He should put a paper bag on. Paul, to make Tom put a paper bag on his head while he watches.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, it's pretty funny to hear spot on predictions and also
the wild ones,
out there ones. And my face shows pretty obviously which one's which. So
there has been times
that's why they don't get a watch.
Where Tom has edited the video and it was going to be uploaded, and he's like, "Do not watch this because my face gives away."
The good guy Todd reaction is one of my favorites.
Good guy Todd.
Yeah.
This guy seems nice. He shoots a kid.
Yeah, 2 minutes later,
excuse me.
Kid waves at him and he wastes him. Oh, that wasn't very nice.
All right, these two are for you, Blue. This is from your friend Devin. That haircut looks great, man. And all PWDs wants to know, Blue, when you became a duster.
So, thank
What
you.
is a duster?
But what's a duster?
Like a Swiffer? Like, what's a duster?
No, I think it's like if you Google the image of like a duster, I want to say it's like a 70s guy in a leather jacket.
So there's so many different ones. If you go to Urban Dictionary, it's okay. So here's the first two. It says a person who is absolutely garbage at a sport, game, or anything
What
really.
the hell?
What does a duster look like?
Yeah, there's a lot of
No,
things.
duster
But
person.
Like-
Person.
I'm gonna take it as it's a compliment. So thanks anyway. Thank
I
you.
always think of a duster.
It's definitely a
I
compliment.
think of a duster as somebody who's like, you know, out in like the Wild West, with like loose flowing clothes. I'm like, it's like, and I'm like,
To me, my initial reaction is like it means the same as like dapper, like you look slick. But
Thanks.
that's just
we
how
may
I
just
see
be
it.
too old for the new slang.
But I know. But I did look it up when I first read that comment, and it made me laugh. The whole garbage, and I'm like, okay, that's not what he meant. I think it
Imagine
means
him
like
being like next week. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Like,
I know. Yeah, I don't think so.
and I'm just here saying thank you and appreciating it.
It was like,
Well,
that's not
to
something you
talk
say thank
about-
you to, man.
Us
Thank you,
being
guys.
old, your haircut is very much like a music artist, Vanilla Ice. Like it's
It is
swinging back around. It was like a very, I mean, it
Vanilla
was
Ice a little
definitely
higher
more
up.
exaggerated. I was just about to say
Ah.
it's a little more exaggerated, but then I was like, ice, Habibi.
Ice,
Dee,
ice,
dee,
Habibi.
dee, dee.
God, that's so awesome.
But it's like way more like yours is more subdued, but it's like a similar haircut, but that's like we're old.
I'm
Like,
even putting
it's-
a headset on. Like you can't even see my, the full.
Next week, Blue wears a hat.
Wait, I'm putting my headset on. Fuck, sorry, Tom. I forgot to switch to my earbuds.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
you're
been-
fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Should I switch or do I just?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, next comment from Pencil6965. I hope reading the comments doesn't mean you tame your reactions and thoughts. 100% for me, does not.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Well, I can't say 100% because, like subconsciously it may. I could say intentionally, do not.
To the best of his knowledge, he knows not.
Well, it's even less of a chance now that we're doing the comments this way.
Oh, so yeah, so the way we do the comments, for if you missed the way we explained it before, is Tom, who's already seen everything, he reads all the comments, filters them through, and then sends them over to me, and then I pick like a few out for all of us to discuss. Because if we
Obviously,
read
we
all
can't
the
do
comments,
more than a few because
I mean, the first time
That's
we did
Even
it,
with a few,
it took
was
so
taking
long.
quite.
Yeah.
Even with a few,
that-
it's taking like a while to.
Yeah, there's 7.
That's a great idea. Have Spoiler Guy filter the comments.
Yes. The redhead kitty said, "Keep the water here theories and jokes going." We will.
I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
yeah, I
No.
don't think we could not.
That's not. And Bob Shoes -OW1PZ said the hat can't be cleaned until Jets make the playoffs again is my theory. I would like to say that gives me there's no way that I could have a hat that would last 14 years.
The hat's
This-
going to disintegrate like the Jets offense.
Yes, and actually we were planning on I'm gonna have to wear this hat for another decade. I don't think the Jets are gonna make the playoffs anytime soon. They're just a terrible organization. But I'm a Jets fan. And the Jets hat does need to be cleaned. I've talked about cleaning it, but I still don't clean it.
You wash it, it'll probably dissolve.
Well, I'm worried if they throw it in the washer, I'm going to have to get a new washer. Might not work.
That's funny.
I can't throw it in with any other clothes. I'll have to wash them again. Yes, my hat's dirty. Maybe one day it'll be clean. You have to.
Probably not.
Probably not. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Trash time. Black and white.
Look, Katie, it's Walt.
Kind of looks like Walt.
Hey, where's he at?
My
He's in
camera, is that
Nebraska.
blurry?
Oh, a thief.
Oh, he's gonna get the bug.
He's gonna represent him. Oh, he's in the photo booth. Nice.
Sir. Young guy, dark hair, corduroy coat.
He's gotta be careful. They have body cams?
How about it?
Really?
Hey, Nick, come here.
Oh,
Want to come on out here?
I mean, but still.
guy's a thief.
Go ahead and open your jacket for me.
Unless it's gonna be like food.
Yeah, that's why I asked what it was.
DVDs?
Placing you under arrest, sir.
Say nothing, you understand? Get a lawyer!
It's snapped in.
Get a lawyer. Asshole.
Ah. Oh, those cops, right? What the hell? Oh, how dare you tell somebody what their
maybe
rights
the colors
are?
will like come back a bit, like
Ladies?
Hey, Jane. Nice
he
lunch.
talks now.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, does the story eventually overlap and then go to the future? And that would make sense why the gray then turns to the color. Wild prediction, Saul gets Chuck killed by whatever the cartel or people are represented as they're trying to bring him down.
Absolutely.
Howard's
Come
father
back.
is a hitman.
Howard's father
That's
is
how it
him.
goes
What I
down.
said, Howard.
Don't rip it, I need to use it later.
Jimmy, if you're gonna help, at least use a little finesse. Won't you?
Finesse? What do you...
Well, just quit yanking at it. You're pulling the varnish. Alternate the thumbs, up and down. Get a nice tight
Weird
roll
ass
going.
Chuck, I think you're the one that needs a nice tight roll.
She was reading that to her school kids the year the Titanic went down.
Damn. And Mom read it to me.
I read it to you.
Huh.
You don't remember.
Yeah, I do now that you say it, yeah. Hey, what was the name of that little girl that lived 3 houses up from us? She had like a page boy haircut, and she was always in the dirt, always dirty.
Jimmy.
I liked her. She was
Jimmy. Don't think I'll ever forget what happened here today. And you will pay.
Oh. Oh.
You didn't mention my garden.
Well, your garden is part of your backyard, so it's automatically included in the property that goes to Jen.
I think you need to mention it by name in case some dirty judge decides to play tricks.
Okay.
Put the garden in
We
there.
can do that. Okay, thank you.
No, she took his appointment.
You are a superhero. I owe you big time.
So how's Chuck?
Well, crisis averted, I guess. I mean, he's back to being the same old Chuck.
You gonna be honest with her? No.
Want to talk about it?
Depends. It may or may not involve that thing you said you never ever wanted to discuss.
Okay, then thanks. I gotta get back to it.
How about we call it a day? I'll buy you some dinner.
Besides, it's your word against mine.
That's the end of it. Your brother is one world-class son of a bitch. No offense. Chuck, this tape, I'm not sure exactly what it accomplishes. Look, you know evidentiary rules better than I do, but a secretly recorded tape with a problematic chain of evidence? Because I can't think of a single use for it.
I can.
It's like 2 stories intertwined.
Yeah, it's all good books do it too, and then all of a sudden the stories all kind of collide into each other. Who put the note on?
Howard's dad.
It was Samuel L. Jackson.
Mike does not like not having a grip on the situation.
Yeah, it's not like surprises at all.
I don't know if they're gonna notice the dust trail, man.
Right? I mean, what else is he gonna do?
It's like freaking a roadrunner running through the desert. Oh, lightning bolt.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah, I saw it.
That was really neat.
Is it the same guy that Walt went to?
I don't think so. Doesn't look like the guy had a big cage around. Maybe? No, that would be Jesse's cousin or something.
No, the guy
No, that's where they stored the RV. I mean, they stored the RV there too.
Cletus?
At least he used the safety chains. Just get a new car, but he won't. There's a bomb in there.
It's like, how did these sons of bitches find me?
He's gonna take the whole car apart.
We're closing in 15 minutes.
And he pulled the fuel cap off.
That's not blue.
Got him. Oh, you can get these on Amazon.
They have Amazon in 2002?
Ah, they did. They only sold books then.
Someone's watching him.
Who? Gotta be cartel related. He's gonna flush him out.
You think it's our boy Gustus?
No, I don't think so. Not yet, at least.
So he kept it?
Yeah. He took down what looked like to be like the serial numbers. Maybe he's gonna try to figure out like the frequency and stuff like that so that he can track it
Now you
too.
sure I can't
don't
help
know.
you carry those to your...
They don't smell, you know.
Well.
And baby's breath and bachelor buttons.
Okay.
Lilies of the valley.
Well,
Lilies of the Valley.
Daisies don't
Poison.
now I've got something to look forward to.
I escorted you and your clients onto my base. I treated you with hospitality and respect. And now I come to find every word out of your mouth is a damn lie.
Captain, please, sit down and take a load off. Hey, who was hurt, huh? What was damaged? The base is still there, right? The B-52 is, I presume, still...
B-29.
Huh?
B-29. Fifi's a B-29. You take that ad down, or they'll be held to pay. That clear enough for you?
Make me.
Oh.
Yeah? Make you?
Yeah, let's do this. You bring your commander down here, and I'll explain to him how you let us on the base. Red carpet treatment.
Because you lied your way in.
Not how I remember it. And I've got witnesses to back me up. Do you like being an Air Force captain, huh? You think the United States wants to bring action against an old man in a wheelchair?
He was standing on TV. He wasn't even in a wheelchair.
Well, periodically he is. And when he shows up in court, you better believe he'll be in a wheelchair.
Right, because you're an ambulance chasing piece of shit, because you're all the same. You're the same as all.
Always on a high horse, always trying to make me feel like I'm...
Something came out there.
Now, guys like you think you're so damn smart. And you think you don't have to play straight with anybody. The wheel is gonna turn. It always does.
Seems personal.
It's a real thing?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I know someone who can get it.
How much?
What, look like Radio Shack? It's gonna cost you whatever it cost me, plus my end.
Right there in front of Kevin, he accuses me of muddying the waters. Muddying the waters. I mean, he's the one who can't even get the address right.
Yeah, that's... Wow.
I know you have friends over at HHM and they sure talk a good game, but come on.
She knows.
Just to make sure that the address is correct.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, she's making sure. Everything. And she's super hyper focused on the details.
She got the papers from Chuck, right? She went and picked it up that day, he told her.
How's it coming in there?
Good.
Sticking with the yellow, huh?
Don't mean to rush you.
No, it's okay.
You ready to hit it?
Sorry, I just need to check one thing.
It'll be 2 minutes, tops.
Back to pain. I got your ice, Habibi.
Still?
Morning, Mr. McGill.
Changed 1261 to 1216. It was me.
Turn that off. Turn it
Uh-oh.
It all went.
Turn it off.
Power came on.
You did not hear that. As employees of Hamlin McGill, you and I are both bound by the strictures of client confidentiality.
I guess I'll go finish putting away the groceries. Okay?
Thank you, Ernesto.
That's right. You can tell Jimmy because he doesn't know what Jimmy's going to throw you under the bus. Chuck knows that. There's no way to prove it.
They threw that kid in the photo booth under the bus. Oh.
Haha. I told you he was going to be tracking the frequency. Gonna find out the location of who's listening. I don't understand. So you put a different tracker in there that he can follow?
I'm slightly confused too.
But if it's a different
you said
tracker, then
something.
how could they follow? I mean, they clearly tapped into the frequency of the tracker. What was the point of
Good
swapping?
question.
What was the point of swapping the two out? Same camera angle for the plate for Crazy 8.
He did. Spoiler alert.
He's got some D's.
Oh, so he's waiting to see who comes to change the battery.
Ding, ding, ding.
Scary.
It's Howard's father, Samuel Jackson.
Everything's gonna be Howard's dad now.
Got
Now
him.
they took his tracker.
Yeah, and so
now
he's
he
tracking
is
them.
the tracker.
Mm-hmm. So he
They are the trackee.
faked
Rabbit season, duck season.
Wabbit season.
Wascal.
Wabbit season, sorry.
But now they think he's home. And it's follow time. And we're going to get credits before we find out what happens next.
And the episode.
Of course.
That's my guess.
Mike's finna find out.
Next time.
Hey, cool cone, bro.
Cool episode.
Dude, you can thank VLC for that cone.
It was
Nobody
nice.
knows what we're talking about. All right, what do you guys think? Let's hear it.
I think it. Well, we're gonna find out who's tracking Mike. Predictions? Who's tracking Mike?
I couldn't figure out the person. Like, I don't know if that's a guy we know already, because I couldn't see the face. But
We couldn't see. We only got this quick silhouette through the curtains a couple times. Now we could pause it and zoom in and take a look.
I don't think it's necessary to do that.
He kind of looked like the same guy that met with that met with Chuck. I mean, I'm sure it's not the same, but he kind of looked like the same guy that met with Chuck that he played the recording to. It kind of looked like the same, like
Ernesto?
No, not Ernesto. The guy who came in, remember when he was playing the recording and the guy was in there and then he walked out the curtain? It's not the same guy. But it kind of looks like it.
Howard?
No, beforehand.
Howard's dad?
At the start. Who did he play the recording for and the guy walked out of the foil?
That was him.
That was who? Hold on. I'm
I'm
going
so
back.
confused.
I'm going back to that. I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna go watch it because
The only person who
Ernesto?
Ernesto and Howard are the only ones who had anything to do with the recording.
Right at the start? Who was the person that
Yeah.
walked through?
Jimmy?
Jimmy?
That's Chuck.
Oh,
Kevin?
maybe it was Jimmy.
You think Jimmy's
Oh, it was right
tracking
there.
Mike?
Yeah, it was Jimmy. No.
Kevin?
No, I didn't know. I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
thought-
I'm sorry.
I thought Tom slept 1 hour and 24 hours.
Yeah. No.
Mm.
I thought there was some sort of like prosecutor or something that he had played that for.
It's okay.
And the person who walked out.
I think the comment section will understand your situation.
No, nobody's gonna understand my situation.
I mean, he's a
Nobody's
Jets
gonna
fan.
So prediction. Who do you think it is? Who do you think's tracking him?
Real quick, who? Oh, sorry.
Wait, what?
No.
I have no idea.
What?
I have no idea who's tracking him. I was gonna change the subject, but then I didn't realize we were still talking about it. I was gonna mention something else.
Well, mention something else.
I have no idea. Did anybody? Well, I know Tom probably did. But did you guys peep the look that Chuck made? Did you guys catch what happened there?
Oh,
I think you're the only
After
one that caught
Ernesto?
that.
The look where?
Katie.
Like he wanted to kill him.
No,
What?
no. He's doing this on purpose. He knows he can't use the tape in court of law.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to use it
Against Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
But that look like confirmed it. Like he wanted Ernesto to hear.
Oh, he intentionally made it so that Ernesto could hear
Yeah.
it, so that Ernesto would go ahead and tell him.
I was like,
Definitely.
you know what tipped me off at first was the fact that he even attempted to change the batteries on his own. I'm like, Ernesto's right there. On a normal day, if this was like something else, like you wouldn't even attempt it. So like, why are you making this dramatic show of trying to do it yourself? And I was like, Ernesto's right there.
He is smart.
And then he confirmed it when he made that little sly smile. So he has no right to be on a high horse anymore. He's enjoying it just as much as Jimmy does right now.
Yeah, they're cut from the same cloth. One's a little
Slippin'
bit.
Chucky.
One's
Yes,
a
they
little
are.
bit moral. Which one though? Which one is more moral?
Well, at this point, it's starting to get harder and harder to tell.
I felt sorry for that captain.
Yeah.
Seemed like a nice
I know,
guy.
we'll probably get in a crap ton of trouble if somebody catches on to that.
He seemed like
if
a nice guy.
they recognize where they recorded. It's easy to tell, like a big American, like how many flags like that are there,
And
You know
how
what I
many?
mean? Like, it would be
how
really
many
easy.
Fifis are there? There's only one Fifi.
right? Oh, right, duh, yeah, exactly.
My-
So, like, I'm surprised that he hasn't gotten in more trouble yet.
We call my uncle's wife Fifi, so there's technically 2.
Oh, 2 Fifis, yeah, but how many bombs can she drop?
Okay.
She leaving Taco Bell?
Or maybe she's got some sick rhymes.
Dropping bombs.
Moving on.
It was like, no, do not talk about my aunt that way. My Aunt Fifi.
Moving on.
Moving on.
But yeah, like, I think it's gonna be like it's gotta be Gus. Yeah, I mean it's gotta be. Like who has who's watching the cartel and like knows it can't be the Salamancas. It just can't. It's not.
Well, who says
logical.
don't? Who says don't? Why would they say don't?
Well, Nacho
Shoot
obviously doesn't want him. Maybe it's Lalo.
To shoot Hector? Maybe it's Lalo. Well, we haven't been
Howard's
introduced
dad.
to
I
it's
mean, we
Howard's dad.
have options
The guy
here.
that I
We
have no idea who
don't
he
know.
is.
Maybe it's Hank.
Yeah, I don't think
Why
it's
would
the
Hank say
DA.
don't?
No, I think the
No,
DA
it's
is.
it's got to be simpler.
I mean, maybe this is how Gus is introduced, but the only problem I have, well, that's not really a problem, but like, Jimmy didn't really seem to know much about Gus. So, like, if he's in it now, we've got
I don't
several
think there's
more seasons to go. Like, I feel like their paths would cross with Mike at least once. Like, why put him in there? So it's like, to me, it kind of doesn't make sense.
I mean, Mike is having his own story now, so you can say that maybe we don't get like we don't the Mike story and the Saul story doesn't intertwine until like later.
Sure, but how many more seasons are there? 4, 3.
This is the third, right? Yeah, there's 3 more after
To
this.
run
So
3
technically we have
seasons of their paths ever. I mean, Vince could definitely do it.
Maybe only one season, and then you have the 4, 5, and 6. You can intertwine, I guess. Well, I'm just trusting Vince and this show. So cool.
I don't know. I don't know who's tracking them. They would seem like it would be Nacho would be like the easy. But why? And then
it's just not
he knew about.
It's
didn't
not
he
logical,
know
though.
about the? Yeah, I don't know. The cops. Be the cops tracking him.
No.
I don't see how. Why would they do that?
Say don't. Maybe somebody's an informant. Maybe Nacho's an informant.
But even if it's the cops, like, why would they stop someone from killing Cartel? Like it's
Because
not.
they need him to
Because
keep
they need
doing
an
their business so
informant.
that they can build a case.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just it doesn't. I can't see anyone but someone who has interests with the cartel yet can use Mike for something, which describes Gus like perfectly. But I don't know if that's they want to introduce him.
And the government.
Yeah, maybe Mike doesn't find out who put the note. Like, maybe this is going to be a dead end for him when whoever changed the battery or changed the whatever.
Maybe that guy is just
the gas cap.
Maybe that guy is just like a decoy, like
yeah, well,
like someone sent someone to do that, you know.
Yeah, like a secondary person.
Yeah.
Like a little henchman or something.
Yeah,
a subcontractor.
Who's the same person who could do that for Nacho too? You know what I mean? Like, it's not out of, I think the realm of belief that Nacho would be like, keep an eye on things, like have somebody around. But obviously, it's got to be more than that because they clearly are making a big deal out of it, like the way they set up the note, like with the with the horn and Mike being all freaked out about it and tearing his car apart. Like, they're putting a lot of emphasis on this happening, so I'm imagining it's pivotal. So I mean, now that I think about it, Blue, it could be Gus. They're making like a big time out of it.
It's a squad gobbler.
So it's not going to be nobody, and it's probably not going to be Nacho.
There's no
pies
involved.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make sense
tears.
for it to be one of the cartels. Like they couldn't have known that Mike was there, and Nacho couldn't put the stick like in the car unless he sent someone. I don't know, man. It's just.
I mean, it had to be
it's
somebody
3 in
who
the morning.
knew.
I don't know.
It had to be somebody who knew
like,
about Mike, right? Who knew Mike's influence or involvement in some way.
Which Nacho did,
right?
And I.
So did the police because Mike changed his story about the gun. Like, are they trying to go ahead and gather? But then why would they then put "don't" on the windshield and then stick the horn in there? And like, wouldn't Nacho and Hector have heard the horn? Because they're both kind of like in the same proximity.
I don't know, bro. It's just not fun.
Could it be
if
those?
It's not Gus. It's not fun.
Could it be those police officers that came to talk to Mike that one time about the guy who died, that murder that they're investigating that he's kind of
in Philly,
like involved in?
Well, the murder of killing the people that killed his son.
Yeah.
Possibly.
This is
they're crooked, and they're crooked
following him,
and they're
like,
crooked
don't
cops.
do it.
This is what's nice about this show, man. It keeps you always thinking about what's yet to come.
That's my guess. Is it's some sort of intelligence from the government in some way. But maybe not. Could just be. But like, why would somebody from the cartel do it? And he was just gonna go ahead and shoot somebody in the cartel.
That's what I'm saying. They're making a big time over it.
Maybe it's
so it's got to be more than that.
Maybe it's
like it's something that could happen.
Solo work.
I mean, Hank did put the tracker under. Wasn't Hank? No, it was Walt. No, it was Hank.
It was Hank.
Put the freaking tractor, under Gus's car, and then Gus's.
No, Hank put it under Walt's, I think, or was it under?
He did.
Yeah.
Under Walt's car. That's right. Yeah.
Cool.
But then Walt went up to go put tracker under somebody's car, right?
Under Gus's.
Under Gus's car, yeah.
Remember, and Hank's like, "You didn't get me a soda?"
Yeah.
we always
so funny.
Yeah.
But like, who uses trackers? Mostly the government. That's like some CIA shit.
But like that like putting it in the gas thing, that has to be like a genius's idea. Like, because
big brain.
Yeah, a big brain idea. Like someone who's very. Bro, please be Gus. Come on, I'm tired. Just let it be. I'm gonna say.
I think I would notice if there was a big extra metal or plastic gray piece on my gas cap. I'd like to believe that I would.
It was inside.
It was inside.
No, I know, but he doesn't get gas.
Yeah, but if you pull it off and you don't see it, you have to pop. You have to.
I know, but
the weird thing is, sorry, I'm gonna. So one of the things that he says at the repair shop where he's tearing the whatever you want to call it, the junkyard, is he asks if they sell the gas cap, and he says, "Well, GM's gas caps are blue," and then that's why he remembered. Okay, well, the gas cap I took off was black.
So it's
that's why he went back and looked at the gas cap, because he knew that was not the gas cap that came with the car.
Or was that?
I thought the.
Well, I'd just like to let you know that we have 2 GM vehicles. Both of the gas caps are black.
Well, I mean, are they 2002?
We have a 2009 and a 2018.
So they definitely changed, because Vince would not send us astray. I'm just joking. But that's how they wrote it. That's why Mike was like, "Oh shit, that wasn't a blue gas cap," and he immediately goes out there and looks at it.
They're black.
Cool.
I feel like you might be overthinking it, Kevin.
Yeah, but maybe I think he said that they're in the blue box. Is what I thought. The blue ones down there is what I thought what he meant. But
I would like the packaging was blue, because there were different colored packaging.
Yeah, but no, the owner of the junkyard says, yeah, the GM ones
the blue ones down
are
at
blue,
the bottom.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah. Cool.
So you guys have your guesses of who's who?
Yes. And I know
Blue thinks it's Gus. Kevin thinks it's intelligence agency.
Maybe somebody in the
unless it's a very good way in convincing me that it's someone. But if it's not, I'm gonna be disappointed, honestly.
Or it could just be somebody completely new.
I'm gonna be okay with that. Like, okay.
New character reveal.
New character. I'm okay with that. Yep.
I can't find any 2002 GM gas caps that are.
Oh my god, Kevin's still looking for.
There's a couple of yellow ones. No, those little holes in the story they piss me off. Like, because this is a silly little detail. You could have said yellow. You could have looked it up and been like yellow, because there are yellow ones.
Become a writer then.
Well, I don't need to become. I'm not going to become a writer, but like, I mean, if you make so much.
I honestly thought he meant the packaging.
That's what I thought too. He meant the packaging.
I mean, it's possible, but that's how I took it.
But I think that he thought
that's immediately what alerted him that the gas cap I just threw on the ground outside was not blue.
I just
That
thought
could
it
be wrong.
made it. I thought it
Some-
made it triggered his memory, as in like, oh, it could be in the gas cap. That's really easy to change out.
And that's where I thought the little gray thing came from, because I don't recall. Maybe I just don't remember, because like mine now doesn't have anything that goes in, like that screws in. I thought that was where, like, how they were able to get the tracker in there was by putting that extra piece on it, and that he looked at the other. That's how I read the situation. I'm probably completely wrong. Maybe Vince just threw it in there because he wanted in his world the GM gas caps to be blue, and that's how he makes the reveal. And it is. It's kind of like
Maybe he did mean the packaging.
Yeah, I think it meant the
I'll have to go
packaging,
back
and
watch it.
the gas cap that they use, that's the spring-loaded one where like you have to push down and turn, and so there's gonna be like a black casing underneath it. So that I think the tracker is in there when they pop the casing off. It's underneath where the spring goes in.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, I guess we'll find out where they're going next week.
Oh my God.
Well, Mike's on his way, so he's following it.
He's gonna keep following him for another week, so we know.
All right.
All right.
We're done.
Bye.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.